Morning. It was a bit of a rough night last night. I don't know whether anyone's seen the video, but I've been very suspicious about these smoke alarms, new smoke alarms that were put in my house, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. Considering this was a new build house in 2019, and they were all fitted with new alarms then. They came to fit my neighbours and then asked if they could do mine. It said it was necessary, but I never had anything in writing. So I've contacted the housing department and asked them to give me something in writing. They said there's no, and when they got back to me, they said there was no record of any appointment. But they did state in the email that they can assure me that there's no listening devices in there. Okay, well, last night, I got up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, and I didn't turn the light on, and I saw this smoke detector in my hallway flashing red, just spontaneously. I've been in bed quite a few hours, so it's nothing that would trigger it. So maybe I'm being a little bit paranoid, but this is my life at the moment, guys, and this is why it's really hard to get into that mode where I feel free to speak my truth, because I've been gaslit, my whole life. And there was so much that I didn't know, and there's still so much that I don't know. But I know God's my Father in heaven, which is where I come from, is doing this strategically, so I don't have to deal with too much information, because at the moment it's survival mode. You wouldn't believe how much has gone on and the tactics that have been used. When all this court stuff started, the day before this first court case, I found out they'd put false information on the medical records to say that I'd voiced suicidal thoughts, and that wasn't the case at all. I never said that. It was an unknown woman. It was placed on there strategically before court, before my registered GP even knew about this. So it took me a long time to get that taken off. And that was really detrimental, I think, to my standing in the truth. But I've been gang stalked. These people have been around me for a long time, and like I said, I'm just in survival mode. And I know I'm being protected, and I know the angels are with me, and I know that the decisions that I've made in this journey, in the truth, the discernment that has been bestowed upon me has kept me alive, because that wasn't supposed to be the case. That's how serious, but people don't realise. People don't realise how serious this has been for me. And during this time, my dad was placed onto a ventilator. He was taken out of my care when he was getting better. Because there was a difference of opinion of certain family members, and I'm not going to go into it because it's just gaslighting, and it's never being accepted for who you are. Someone's always got something. I think that's been the plot my whole life. But he was put on a ventilator, and that should never have happened, because when he had the heart bypass, he survived that. So I knew, but I had no power. At that time I was dealing with the courts, I was dealing with the police, I was being targeted, and I was caring for my dad in my home. I had no support. That ex of mine, I don't know, but he was sent in, and it was love bombing, and it was making me feel wanted, and in the physical, like where he was supposed to be supporting me. And then at that moment, in that period of time, he left me. It was like a suicide mission. So it's been pretty awful, guys, and I know I don't look great today, but I've had a bit of a bit of a rough night, and it's just hard to get through. It's hard because there's no one to talk to about this. You know, I talk to God, and God gets me through it, but God's trying to keep me innocent in it all, and that's the principle, isn't it? When, you know, you're not going to enter the kingdom of God unless you come like little children, and that's the pureness of heart, that's the innocence. And there's always been a strategy with the Most High to keep me as innocent as I can. He just doesn't want me to know too much so I can fulfil the journey, because there's been so much trauma. It's unbelievable. And when you experience trauma, it closes the heart. So it's hard. It's a job keeping the heart open. It's a thing that needs to be known. Certain people who are abusing knowledge and divination and manipulating energy, and this has been going on for a long, long time. And I've gone through my spiritual warfare. I'm still going through it now, guys. But it says, when I am afraid, I put my trust in the Most High. That's it. And I know, and I've had visions, but I've been gaslit my whole life. Been made out to be crazy. And it's a cruel, cruel world.